Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fine and dandy on this happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Wherever you are, the state of the world doesn't really necessitate a celebration for me, but I know many will be out doing their normal thing, and here we go. Alrighty, everybody. Let's check in. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Well, I need a post-it note. We've got the star here. Healing. What's going on, buddy? The star says rejuvenation, healing, spiritual fortune, shining bright. Your light is shining bright. Are you irritating somebody? Let's see. What's your challenge? Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. It is turning. I don't think that's your challenge, but somebody's challenge. We'll continue to clarify in the subconscious. You got the Emperor. Rules and power, authority, a father figure, protection. Disciplined and practical. Father figure. In the recent past. Well, that's a whole section. In the recent past. Three of Swords in the reverse. Releasing pain. And moving on. Of forgiveness, which is a release. A transition into recovery. A mending of the heart. You may be experiencing some energetic cramping of your chakra, of your heart chakra. Like the energy, you may be feeling a little crampy. With the release of this pain, as it's released out of your heart space. You know, because what has been like attached, right? It doesn't want to let go. But it's being let go. And it may be a little crampy. Now, if it is too crampy and you feel that you're having some medical issues, please go get checked out. But if you know energy and you know that it's just an energetic thing, it could definitely be that you're experiencing some releases. There could be some blockages being removed. You know, those things which had been attached may be coming off. The pain, the heartache. That's what it is. The betrayal, the heartache, the intentional opportunities that some may have taken to cause you shame, or set you up for something so that you could be perceived as guilty. You're releasing that. You're releasing it all. And that's what I'm like, this heartache. It's a heart. It's this, you're releasing it. You're releasing the pain. You're letting go of that which has really, really hurt you. You're forgiving it. It's as it's released. You could be feeling some physical discomfort regarding that. You know, and I just reminded myself of somebody I knew when I was before I even hit a quarter century year old. I knew somebody who used to say the same thing like 3 different ways because they were always assuming that I couldn't understand. It was so annoying. I'm sorry, sometimes I do that. I repeat myself, but that's because I get lost in the story and I get lost in the sensation of it. And so I don't in any way mean to be annoying to you, but I do get repetitive, and it's just part of my process. But I do acknowledge how that can, if it's excessive, it can seem a little. There's an end in sight. Okay, yay! You releasing the pain, forgiving it. It's like forgiving the debt, forgiving it, releasing it, letting it go. You don't have to think about it anymore. You're going to recover. You're moving on. This is a completion of your 10 of Wands burden. In the near future. The Hermit, soul searching, truth seeking. You could be meditating. You could be getting in touch with your stars, with your inner stars. Coming into alignment. You got the lens that's being looked through here. The lens that's being looked through. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Judgment. So judgment has happened, or judgment is happening here in the upright, and you're coming into a 9 of Pentacles. The fruits of your labor, your reward. Star. Your plenty. Your stability. You have received judgment. You have been soul searched. You have been judged, and you're coming into your 9 of Pentacles. In the environment. We've got the Chariot that came out, and when it hit the ground, it flipped over into the reverse. So somebody's in the environment out of control and aggressive. Because you've received judgment and you're coming into a 9 of Pentacles. And you're moving away from them. It's like and they're like so mad. The Emperor is like right here. Boom. He's putting an end to your burden. We got solid foundations, wealth, security of 4 of Pentacles. Somebody is so pissed off. at your security, at your reward. You got your 9 of Pentacles, your 4 of Pentacles. So it's not just a 4 of Pentacles. It's not just a solid foundation and wealth security. It's just, you've got luxury. You've got so much that you can share. You can do something big. You can take on a big project. Like, yeah, whatever your heart desires. And the outcome. Five of Swords. Somebody's being sneaky. They're in disagreement. They're in disagreement over what's going on with the Empress. The Empress is coming into her 9 of Pentacles. She is the star. The Emperor is here with her. Her Emperor is here with her. Reconciled. So you've been persistent and weary through the illusion. You're weary, you were resilient, you were persistent, your faith was tested, you held your boundary firm. You're gearing up for the worst defense. You've got the Moon with illusion, and you've also got the 7 of Cups with illusion. This is what you were in, a double illusion, like the Matrix within the Matrix, you know? You had to overcome fear. You had to overcome pessimism. You had to overcome mind games, control. You had to shut the television off, and you had to stop letting them program you with their version of reality, and you had to tune in to what? To spirit. You had to get beyond the fear and the anxiety programming that they constantly pump into the minds of people. You had to move away from wishful thinking, because that's all politics are. They come at you with wishful thinking and then they never deliver. So you're making plans for the future. You're recovering. You're recovering. And this is the end of this cycle of the relationship with these abusive bullies, and a beginning of romance. But this could be somebody who is toxic coming in trying to offer something. So be aware of that first person, because you got a King of Cups here also with the 10 of Cups coming in with the contract. So this first person that comes in is a mole, a spy, a fraud. Because you've got your King of Cups, and then you've got this, so there's a Knight of Cups that's coming in that is a devil that is trying to pretend that they are your King of Cups, 10 of Cups. Empress. You're here with your Emperor. They know what's going on. They know what's going on. with all your cups, with all your pentacles, calling judgment. Sometimes the cards tell a portion of a story that catches me off guard and I may laugh or something. You know, it's kind of like when you're walking with somebody and they trip and fall down and then like for a split second you're like laughing like it's the funniest thing in the whole wide world, and then you're like, "Ooh, are you okay?" It's kind of like that. It's like when the cards flip and it's like, "Whoo," it strikes me, and then I'm like, "Ooh," you know. It's kind of like that, you know, and people look at you like, "Why are you laughing? That's not funny." And it's like, well, because it struck the funny bone or something. It's kind of like that. When somebody falls downstairs, it's funny as long as they don't get hurt. Too bad. I don't know if that is part of the narcissistic Diablo programming within the collective field of awareness that just makes us laugh when somebody hurts themselves. I mean, I wonder if that's part of the programming. Because it seems to affect a lot of people. Like that's a trait that a lot of people share. They laugh when somebody falls down and hurts themselves. I laugh when I fall down and hurt myself. Makes me wonder. Academic. The star has learned stuff. And the wheel of destiny has turned. There's some ups and downs. You never know which way you're going to go on the wheel of destiny. Disconnect in the reverse. The star has not been disconnected. No disconnection for the star. They were not able to disconnect the star with their conflict. Huh. Why did Johnny be good just run through my mind? I don't know. Johnny be good. You got the Emperor here. They were not able to disconnect this star, and the wheel has turned. It could be that this academic, somebody who is learned, or they thought they were, was unable and unsuccessful to disconnect the star at the turn of this wheel. The Emperor is here. Stable. I don't want to call him a father figure because the Empress is here, and it's like the star, Empress, Emperor. He's definitely a mature. Remembering. Remember, you're being remembered. You're special, star. He's like, hey, that's a star. What are you doing? And he's like, that individual right there is worth saving. That individual is a star Empress. And he's like, hold up. Calling judgment. Delivering her a 9 of Pentacles. Dealing with arrogance. Trying to steal her foundation with conflict. Ah! She's moving on to her evermore. He's like, he claimed her. He claimed her. He claimed her. He's like, that's my Empress. That's my star. And this is the completion of her 10 of Wands burden. This is a completion of this fight. The Hermit is here. Truth seeking, shining a light on souls. Shining a light on souls. The Emperor is looking at souls. Congratulations. Congratulations, Star Empress. Your light, your soul has been searched. And you, my dear, have judgment has been called. And you are coming into your Nine of Pentacles. The fruits of your labor. Congratulations. And a promise. It's a promise. Not some lie from some liar who just wants to bring you conflict. You got a promise. This is a promise. Judgment has been made. You got your promise. In the environment here, there's an aggressor who did not get to move forward. They were not able to gain a victory over you because you shine too bright. You shine too bright. So they couldn't gain a victory over you. They're arrogant, out of control. And here you are. They want your foundation. They want your wealth security. They failed to disconnect you at the turn of the wheel. Oh, they couldn't undo you and take what belonged to you. This addict. This addict was trying to steal your foundation, your wealth security, Star, that you earned through persevering through horrendous abuse. All by yourself. Addicts spying into your spiritual life and then deciding that they were going to destroy you. And you probably don't even know who these people are. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Take it as it resonates. Oftentimes, those who are attacking us in the spirit know us from a previous cycle, and they keep attacking us while they're making sure we don't enter into any other new contracts, because we never did exit the contract. They martyred us and then continued to siphon out of our bank while we were left without nothing, no support, no love, no nothing, having to do it all on our own. Boy, these people are rude, man. Rude. Witch. In the reverse. So it could be a dark witch who in the outgoing energy is bringing conflict and upheaval. They want to win at all costs. They're being abusive and they're being sneaky. So you've got a dark witch here in the outgoing energy. They're addicted and they want your foundation. They want the foundation of this person who shines. They're being very aggressive here in the environment. Hardship. They want to cause you hardship. They want your things. Okay? Because this tribe wants to play around and they want to martyr you. They played you already. They martyred you once already. This tribe who martyred you last time, and this player wants to continue playing, so they want to martyr you again. You're a being of service. You're a being of service. They want to come in. This dark witch wants to come in the environment. I mean, in the outgoing energy here. They're coming in for an attack on you. And you're going to survive. You're going to survive the labor of this snake. This snake trying to steal the body of this bohemian, this artist, this creator. So they're going to try to body snatch you. Be aware of who you're allowing into your environment. Be aware of who's in your dream space. Somebody wants to come forward and give you hardship. They want to walk into your vessel. But you're not alone. You're here with the Emperor, and the Emperor remembers who you are. And there's the witch there. So, who failed to disconnect you at the turn of this. So now they're here trying to unalive you. They literally need to come in and take your body so that they can partake in your blessing. That's literally their life goal. Is to steal the vessel of somebody entering in Evermore. And I don't think this Emperor is going to have it. Be quite honest. I'm pretty sure he's not going to want to be hanging out with this dark witch. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some stuff going on. Okay, so there is a reciprocity here. An equal give and take. What the star has been giving, they're going to get back. What this academic has been giving this star and others like this star, trying to disconnect them from their future, they failed this time, and they're going to be getting back everything that they gave. Every good work or bad work that they ever put into the world is coming back to them because the cycle is closed. The cycle is closed. They failed to disconnect this star. The Emperor has a remembrance. The Emperor is remembering who this star is, has remembered who this star is, and is in connection, in an evermore connection with this star in the recent past. Oh yes, this dark witch is coming forward and knowing full well that the star is no longer alone. They're connected to the Emperor here in an evermore union. So now they're attacking not only the star, but they're attacking the star's new family. Daydreaming, longing for the star, daydreaming, longing for the essence of the star. That's what they're longing for. They're longing for the wealth, the light, the energy. Irony, gossip. And this card says, I am afraid of what other people will think, and it's in the reverse. This Emperor is remembering who this star is, and he don't care what people think. He's like, I don't care what you think. He's not driven by the perceptions of others. He manages his own thought processes and determinations. There's forgiveness here. In the Evermore, I'm still struggling to get over the past. Whatever had been going on with this star, whatever stories had been spun about the star, whatever doppelgangers committed crimes and laid it upon the star, this Empress, they're forgiven. There's forgiveness, and she's this Evermore. The Evermore of this Emperor. Who wants to have a talk with her? Who wants to talk and mend her heart? He wants to have a talk and mend her heart. This is the end. This is the completion of her heavy burden. This is the completion of these ones coming at her, fighting with her. This is the end of them communicating with her. They can no longer communicate with her. They're finished. And this is a new chapter. There's a lot of soul searching going on, and she's being congratulated. There is a congratulations here. Oh, come on now. There's a congratulations here for the love, for self-healing, for still trying to heal under horrendous betrayals and circumstances where nobody gave a crap. She's still healing. Congratulations, you did not give up. When nobody seemed to care, you loved yourself. When the world tried to convince you that you were unlovable, you loved yourself and you healed. Judgment is being called. You're coming into your 9 of Pentacles, the fruits of your labor, your reward. Financial stability and luxury. financial independence and a life of plenty is your promise. A family is your promise. This is your judgment. This is your judgment. This is your judgment. This is your promise. And these ones who've been siphoning off of you, who tried to unalive you to take your inheritance, and they're here in the environment being very aggressive and careless with you. You're standing here shining. You're all happy. Everything's going good for you. And you got somebody who's guilty and they're coming in very arrogant. They have addiction problems. They want your foundation. They feel they're more, they feel they're in regret because they've been detached. They could be, they could have an alcohol problem. They could be drinking a lot. They're in regret because you cut them off. You detached from them. You're like, I'm done. So they're here in the outcome as a 5 of Swords and as a witch in the reverse. So they're coming at you with dark magic to cause abusive situations for you. They want you neglected. They want to separate you from your love. So they're with their conflict, this dark witch is sending dark magic to get you to to be neglected by your inseparable love. They want your new love to neglect you. So they're casting dark magic. They want your new love to neglect you. So they're casting dark magic. It could be mental magic. It could be like negative thought forms to get you to reject your counterpart. It could be also on your counterpart to try to get them to reject you. This is mental magic. They want to kill your love. They want to kill your trust. They want to kill your ability to open up in the heart. Like with the cramping, these things are being removed and they're trying desperately to remain attached. They're feeling broken and shattered by this situation. They're feeling the damage that they have caused. So we got a dark witch throwing dark magic to cause your new love to neglect you they want to destroy the love that you feel for each other. The inseparable love, they want you to neglect each other in this relationship, so they're doing dark magic to separate you. This addict, careless and arrogant, doing dark witchery against your relationships with an S. So Star, you're entering into a reciprocal union, and there is somebody here who has academic knowledge who's really upset about that. You don't even know this person, probably. You're honest, and you're coming into a reciprocal union that is honest. This academic is daydreaming, longing for you. They failed to disconnect you at the turn of the wheel. That was their challenge. They could not disconnect you. They could not disconnect you from love. They could not disconnect you from focusing on humor and the lighter side of life. They can't poison your mind with hate or bitterness or grudges or anger or over betrayal and infidelities and stuff. So this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to attach to your triggers of infidelity and betrayal in the past, and they want you to reject each other. It's mental magic, and they're using dark mental magic to do it. They're challenged because they could not separate you from humor or from love. But boy, they're hoping to do it. You got the Emperor here who remembers who you are. You're a star, and they know who you are, and they don't care what anybody thinks about it. They don't care about what anybody thinks about it. Balance in the reverse. This Emperor doesn't care what anybody thinks about it. Gossip is in the reverse. He doesn't care. And we've got this academic who's out of balance. Because this star is moving on and is in evermore with this Emperor. There is forgiveness here from all of the crap, all of these games, all of these falsehoods, all of these lies. The Emperor wants to have a conversation with his star Empress. He wants to fix her heart. He wants to mend her heart. We've got indecision here. Using intuition in times of indecision. This is a completion of a heavy burden. This is a completion of those who are fighting and hitting and hurting the Empress star. It's a completion of them being able to connect with her. This is a new chapter. This is a new chapter. Yeah, this is over. Death. Death. Completion of this Ten of Wands. Completion of these ones fighting with her. It's a new chapter, and then we've got death. Endings are merely new beginnings. Congratulations. You're still trying to heal. Your soul has been searched. Patience. Everything happens in divine order, and you have expanded in consciousness and awareness. Yeah, so, contemplation, soul searching. You have grown a lot. Congratulations. You have fruitfully expanded through these trials, and you graduated, and you're still loving yourself. You didn't fall victim to what the world tried to tell you you were. You maintained patience, and you continued to expand through trial, through challenge. You continued loving yourself. You continued soul searching, getting to know you, becoming. You were in a continual expansion and becoming process. Not just with your character and your personality, but energetically. You accepted everything that you couldn't change, and you got busy doing the work. You've been judged. Judgment is here, and you have gained a promise of a Nine of Pentacles and of a responsible partnership and family. You shine. These ones who were boxing you, who failed to disconnect you, they have been denied. They are in a chariot reverse. They didn't gain a victory over you. They're behaving very arrogantly. very aggressively towards you because you shine and you're coming into your reward, and they're really mad, okay? They want your foundation. They're drinking a lot. They've been detached and they're in regret because you've unhooked yourself from them. They're in fear. They need your solid foundation. They need your wealth security. But they screwed themselves by trying to take you out. They lost their, how did she say it? They lost their dream come true when they came for you. Or they lost their wish come true when they came for you. They're worried. They're worried. So this dark witch in the reverse, this dark witch is trying to bring a 5 of Swords to you. They want your spouse to neglect you, and they want to separate you. They're worried. And they're going to fail. They're worried because they failed. They're worried about their failure. They failed, and so now they're trying to do dark magic to separate you emotionally, mentally from your spouse, from your kingdom spouse. They're worried and they failed. They want forgiveness from their courageous friend because they're guilty. They're guilty of trying to steal your abundance. But you persevered. And now there's a change. It's so odd how it's so specific, isn't it? Just laser it right out there. Thank you, Spirit. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. I like the little, this death. You got new chapters. So you got, it's like so wild, you know? You've got completion of a heavy burden. Completion of all this fighting, this so-called communication. Completion of that burden. You're done. You're letting it go. And it's just a new chapter. It's the Alpha Omega. It's the Alpha Omega. For real. This isn't just your average reset. This is not just your average reset. Be very, if you believe, and it's easy to fall into it now. The illusion. Get clear. If you can. We've got a whole community here that failed to imprison you. A whole community using all their skills failed to imprison this star. This honest star who gave and gave and gave of themselves. They failed to imprison this star using all their knowledge, all their skill sets, their daydreaming. Or maybe this is, they failed to disconnect you at the turn of the wheel. You're still here, and you're connected with your emperor here in the recent past. You never gave up on love. You never gave up on choosing to look at the lighter side of things. Even in times of significant challenge, you sought the lesson and the blessing, and you moved through it with gratitude. You're not a false person. You're the real deal. This whole community is not, they're out of balance. They can't siphon off this star anymore. So they can't balance themselves out because the emperor married the emperor married the star. The emperor married the star, and he don't care what anybody thinks. He does not care. He does not care about the gossip. Oh yes, he did. As soon as she could, he got his evermore. He like picked her up and said, "We're moving on." That's what he said. We're going to release that pain. He's looking forward to having a conversation. He's looking forward to being with you. He wants to mend your heart. There's forgiveness. He wants to heal your heart from all the heartbreak, from all the betrayal. He wants to talk to you and hear your voice. He may not know what to do, how to approach you in the 3D. He may not quite know how to approach you because of all this. He's going to have to use his intuition. So will you, for certain, Star. This is the end. This is the completion of your burden. And this is the completion of you having to communicate with anybody in this community. You're a privileged lady. You got the new chapter. This is over. You got the new chapter, privileged lady. Privileged lady, Star Empress. This is over. There's death. Of course, you've got the completion of the Ten of Wands. You've got the death card here, which, could just mean that this chapter is over. This is a new chapter, and the old chapter is done. Congratulations. Self-love pulled you through. Your ability to love yourself and to fill up your healing cup and to nurture yourself when the whole world was, hundreds of thousands of people were doing all this dark magic crap trying to destroy you. You kept, these thieves. You kept pouring into your love cup. You rebel. You rebel. You never gave up on love. You never gave up on yourself. You are love. You are light. Wealthy man. Your evermore, your emperor could be a wealthy man. Looking, he doesn't care what anybody thinks. He could be a dignified man. He's wearing this 3-piece suit. It could be that you're like, maybe you are tattooed and pump gas or clean tanks at the shipyard. I don't know, but he doesn't care what people thinks, or at least he doesn't think he cares what people thinks. So, hospitality, you're still trying to heal from what those who were not high honor did to you. You maintained patience, you accepted that everything happened in divine order, and you continued expanding, you know, shattering, contracting, expanding, shattering, contracting, expanding. You kept the process, and you kept filling it up, and you kept mending your cup and filling it up. We've got journey in the reverse. Judgment. You won't be making a journey, meaning for you, you're not transitioning into the spirit realm. You're not going to receive a death. There's a promise of a 9 of Pentacles and a responsible, faithful union. Financially and emotionally, all of those needs will be met. You will have a child. You are innocent. You're going to have an opportunity to be a mother or a father with a responsible partner. Yeah, those ones who got denied, who you denied, who have been denied and cut off this community from the star qualities, from the healing, from the spiritual fortune, from the shine. See, they don't have any shine in them. They didn't gain a victory over you. They didn't get your life path. They're very aggressive right now. They're coming in opposition because they have been denied your shine, star. They have been denied your shine. You're moving on with this emperor. The emperor is now receiving your shine. These ones don't get it. This addict, nope. This emperor wealthy man is getting it now. You're moving away from this addict and you're moving into a relationship with the wealthy man emperor. They've been denied the shine of the main female. They've been detached and they're in regret. They're in fear. They've got alcohol problems, addiction problems. They need your foundation. They need wealth security. They came after it. They're not high honor. They came after you for your wealth. They didn't gain a courtship with you. There's no courtship, and they can't cause you poverty. They can't cause you poverty. They were going for your foundation, your solid foundation, and your wealth security, and they've been detached. They can't cause you poverty. In the outgoing energy, you do have a 5 of Swords here, so conflict, upheaval, winning at all costs. You've got the Witch in the reverse, so they could be doing dark magic. You've got neglected. I failed to give you what you need. And then you have inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance in the reverse. So this dark witch is trying to do magic to cause your emperor or your empress to separate from you, to neglect you. They're worried about their failure. They're worried about your pathway. They could be worried about their pathway. Yeah, they're very concerned. They're very concerned about your unexpected income. Boy, this could hit. I mean, it's in the courts right now. There's expectations of unexpected income. It's in the court. It's in the court right now. It's being handled. And the pathway is open on the distant horizons with the main male in the house. Main male, wealthy man, evermore, emperor, empress, star, main female. Responsible union. Gosh, and it just there's all this paranoia. Now that you know that there was witches sacrificing people and absorbing their wealth and their vitality, it's like, whoa, when you think about union, it's like, oh my God. So those people who were doing things in a family room trying to get your gifts, they're in the courthouse. Yeah, they're in the courthouse, and they're all up in their thoughts about this mature woman is all up in their thoughts because they're in bad health. Dark witch is in bad health, trying to do everything possible to split you from this emperor. This thief, it wants to make a change regarding your sudden wealth and your official person's status, because they're in despair over you lovers coming together. They're in despair over the status and the wealth of these lovers and the change that's going to bring to their particular lives. But other people who aren't a thief will probably most likely benefit from this shift. Everybody will benefit except for the thief. And they're concerned about the toil and labor they do it because they got a coffin. They did toil and labor to cause a death for this star, and it didn't work. And now they're concerned about it. They're concerned about it. Collective energy, please, Spirit, collective energy. So the star is honest. The star is coming into a reciprocal union. Everybody's getting what they gave, including this community who used their academic skills to try to destroy somebody for money. They tried to disconnect this star from this new cycle. They tried to take them out and eliminate them from this new cycle, this new life, this happiness. This star is not a false person. They genuinely are love. They genuinely are good humor. Oh, they're trying to hide evidence. This community is trying to hide evidence. They're trying to avoid imprisonment. They're trying to hide evidence. They're trying to avoid imprisonment. They failed to disconnect this star. The star is genuine love, genuine humor, genuinely connected to love. And this whole community is out of balance because the star empress, privileged lady, is in union with the emperor. Oh, married. Remember, married. You are remembered. Somebody claimed you. Somebody married you. You're married. And these people who are out of balance, they're getting all crazy in the head. They're stubborn. Wow. Change is never easy. It's rather difficult when we have been accustomed to something that has been uncomfortable or even severely challenging day after day after day, especially if it has been going on for years, it can be a challenge to release it. It's a challenge to make the transition, to let it go, to move on, to focus on something else. The patterns of the previous cycle will no longer be in existence because everything about the previous cycle is being released and let go. Nothing about it is the same, even though, I mean, there's still genders, obviously, and there's still relationship. The dynamic has changed. It's a new frontier. You know, it's like the old dominion, new union, new connection, right? It's like, so cycles aren't a closed circle, it's a spiral. And the cycle gets bigger and bigger and it goes upper and upper, right? So, and then as it comes down, you funnel down into a smaller and a smaller and more chaotic, darker experience. And then you kind of work your way up. So as you come around to the beginning again, the alpha, the new chapter in the death, the alpha and omega, you meet that and then you continue on. Now some of your habitual patterns may kind of follow you. The reasoning behind them may have shifted or they may fall off altogether. But soon, especially when you're in new union and you merge energies and you merge particular methods of self-regulation and maintaining your personal sense of inner harmony, when you come together, you know, you'll probably merge those specific techniques and then do what fits you as a unit better. I don't know. It's going to be wild. You're not bound to any commitments. You're not bound to anything that they tried to lay on you. You get to move away from that. You're free. You're free. You no longer have to stress out about being traumatized on a regular basis. You can start to relax. You know, those who come to your awareness and your sleep space these days are not those ones who were traumatizing you. It's a different set of folks. A different set of folks. So there is forgiveness. Somebody's seeking forgiveness. Somebody wants forgiveness. They don't know what to do. Your emperor wants to have a conversation with you, eager to mend your heart. Somebody wants to forgiveness. They don't know what to do because this is the end. This is the completion of your 10 of Wands burden. They can't talk to you anymore, privileged lady. You've got your new chapter here. And they don't know what to do because this is the ending. This is a death. They could be perhaps transitioning. They couldn't cause you a transition. They want to compromise. They're not high honor. They lost. Your congratulations. You're being congratulated. You for the love that you poured into yourself, for the healing that you gave yourself during all this brutal attack. You kept healing yourself. You kept loving yourself into a state of healing, even as the world pounced on you and started kicking you and spitting on you and pouring crap on you and telling you just how awful you were while stealing everything from you. You kept pouring love into yourself, and you kept healing, star. You kept rejuvenating yourself. You kept bringing yourself back to a state of love and lightheartedness. You were patient, you knew and accepted that everything happens in divine order. The Most High God has divine timing. It continued to grow and to expand in consciousness and awareness. You continued to study those who were attacking you, and you continued to expand your knowledge and your awareness of what was actually happening to you. And through it all, you loved yourself, and you didn't seek revenge. You didn't stoop to any low levels. You didn't even get involved in any of the things that were coming at you. These ones are frightened. These people who are not high honor, they're afraid because they could not stop you from rejuvenating. They could not stop you from loving yourself. They could not convince you that you were unworthy. They could not take that from you. You in union with the Most High God, your guides, your guardians, your team, your angels, whatever you want to call it, you were there, and they're congratulating you on all that inner work that you did, healing yourself, pouring love into you when no one else would. You cleaned yourself up good to the best of your ability every moment of every day. And you're still trying to heal, and you're receiving this beautiful congratulations. You are okay. You are stable. You are entering into eternal love. It's time for you to relax. Perhaps you are relaxed. Patience. Everything happens in divine order. Judgment has been called, and you're not making no spiritual journey. You're not transitioning. You are getting the promise of a 9 of Pentacles. If you're coming into the fruits of your labor for everything that you've withstood and everything that you've expanded through and everything that you did, you learned as much as you could, about as much as you could, from whatever the experiences were that you were having. And you utilized that. Every ounce of that energy, whether it be pain, whether it be sadness, whether it be gladness, whether it be suffering, you utilized all that, and you became the Empress. And this Emperor said, that's mine. That one's mine. And he don't care what anybody thinks. You got marriage here twice. He knows exactly what you are. You're a star. He knows exactly what you are. He doesn't care what anybody thinks about this particular star, how they look, how they dress, how they express themselves, what they got going on. This is this Emperor's star. He's claimed this star. This is his wife. He's a wealthy man in the evermore. This is what everybody was trying to stop coming together. It's so weird, isn't it? That they could disrupt an entire planetary system, or at least in this particular matrix system, because of two particular people. Because of eternal love and relaxation. I'm looking forward to laying in the grass and watching the real clouds float on by. Somebody wants to apologize. They want to forgive, or they want forgiveness. They want to confess. They weren't able to cause you to go on a journey. They're being judged. They're under judgment. Empress, star, emperor. There's double marriage here. Your heart will mend. This emperor wants to have a conversation with this empress. He wants to heal her heart. He wants to have a child with her. He wants to have a child with this shiny being. See, because it's the wealth and the offspring with this person will be shiny. This emperor is thinking about his lineage. A reunion. Somebody's here acting aggressive. They're out of control. They're arrogant and careless. They're remembering the curse that they did. They're having memory of a curse that they did, and they were denied the shine of this person. They were denied the shine of this main female. Huh? They're remembering a curse that they did arrogantly, aggressively, and they were denied the shine of this main female. Nope, you can't have it. Nope, you cannot have it. They're in fear of confinement, wearing a mask, trying to pretend to do mean things against somebody. This person, they were wearing masks, pretending to be this person, doing awful things, bringing conflict, trying to steal their family tree. Wow. This addict was not able to gain a courtship with this main female. They needed this solid foundation. They don't have it. They've been detached. They're in regret. They're in fear. They could not cause poverty for this main female, star empress. They were stopped. Their whole collaboration, they have to stop collaborating against this person. They're been detached. This whole collaboration, everybody that collaborated with this person against this Empress star has been detached and stopped. In the outgoing energy here, though, we have a dark witch who is doing dark magic, trying to win at all costs still, being abusive. They want this emperor and this empress to neglect each other, and they want them to separate. They are very concerned. They're worried because they failed and they are facing this confinement. So they're doing everything they can with their dark magic to separate this inseparable union, to cause neglect in this inseparable union. They're not able to separate them. They're trying to separate them. See, they're trying. This dark witch. This dark witch is doing stuff, trying to get this emperor and empress to neglect each other and separate. And they can't separate. It won't work. It's not going to work. They might get death for this. Oh. That's going to backfire bad. That's going to backfire bad. That's stupid. That's going to backfire bad. They're going to fail to separate the emperor and the empress, and it's going to backfire and result in a death. We got death here twice. Death, death. The emperor wants to have a child with the empress, the main female, the star being. He's thinking about his lineage. He wants a high value, and it's not, what the outward appearance isn't necessarily what the spirit is, Excuse me, I gotta cover up her boobies. So, you gotta be careful about making assumptions about people. You got to be careful. You know, everybody has, I really think that one of the other programmings in the collective field, you know, besides laughing at somebody when they hurt themselves, is, oh crap, what was it? Kicking somebody when they're down or when they're vulnerable, poking them when they're vulnerable. That seems to be a habitual pattern of the collective also. It's a weird, I think it's it's a program within the collective field that needs to be rewritten. So yeah, we got high value here. Extravagance. They're protesting your extravagance because they're in a nightmare. See, they thought that they were going to get indulgence, a life of indulgence, by stealing from you, by bullying you and stealing from you. They thought that they were going to get a life of indulgence. They're protesting. Okay, let me get this. They're protesting your high value. They're protesting the fact that you're getting your reward. Okay? They're in a nightmare. They thought that they were going to they're in a nightmare and they need to use caution. They could be in danger. They thought they were going to get a life of indulgence by robbing you. Yeah, but instead they got this. They bullied you. Had fantasized about dominating you and causing you stress. They could have very well dominated you. They could have written your life path and given you a whole bunch of crap, you know? You're coming into a caring union. Your strategy worked. And you're having sweet dreams regardless of the professional rituals happening. You are promised real estate, wealth, for your faith, for your connection to spirit, for your hope, for your prayers, for never giving up. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. They need consolation. They're hiding evidence. This whole community. They're getting what they gave. It's time for reciprocation. They're getting a misfortune. They're sick. They're getting a misfortune. They're getting a message from the Lord. The Lord is delivering it. The Lord is delivering it. They were unable to disconnect you from love, from humor, from the lighter side of things. You are the star. They were unable to dim your light. They were unable to flip you into a false person. They were unable to disconnect you. This haughty person, prideful, stuck-up person, failed to destroy you. They're out of balance. They're stubborn. They're a little nutty in the head. They're going on a journey. They could, this could be another death card. Somebody may be making a journey. Your emperor may be on their way toward you for an actual 3D marriage, for an actual reunion, and to make a child with you. Yeah, well, if you're young, I suppose. So you got your evermore here. There's no merchant. You're not bound to any commitments with any merchant. You're free to move on. This merchant has no claim to you. Whatever these ones were playing around with, trying to, yeah. That merchant has no claim to you. This wealthy man is your evermore. You've got 3 marriage cards out here. And a reunion card. You're free from that merchant. You don't owe the merchant anything. These ones want to compromise. They can't talk to you anymore. They can't even talk to you. They can't fight with you. They can't talk to you. This is a completion of that. Yeah, these pleasure seekers, they want to compromise. They want to talk. Come on, let's just talk. Because you're changing places. You're changing places. This is a completion of your 10 of Wands burden, and it's the start of their journey. What they had is now over. This is a new chapter. What you had is now over. This is a new chapter. You're the privileged lady. Ah, and a wedding. Again, 4 freaking marriage cards. Wow. Just makes me so paranoid knowing what these people were doing with marriage contracts and professionally widowing people and stuff, you know? I mean, how are you going to restore faith like that? You know, all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, sign another contract. I don't think that's... Oh, man. Somehow I don't think people are going to be as eager as they think. Because we know they're in sorrow, they're in fright, they don't have high honor, they're sighing. Because you loved yourself, because you healed yourself, because you're coming into eternal love, because you're being congratulated for your growth and your expansion. You know that everything happens in divine order. The Hermit's here, soul searching. Somebody wants to apologize. Judgment is here. They don't get to go on a journey. You've received a promise of a 9 of Pentacles, a responsible family unit with the Emperor, and a child. Where all the financial and emotional needs will be met. There's conversation about it. So these ones, they have a lack of direction. They didn't get anywhere. They're in a chariot reversed, and they're remembering these curses that they did. They're remembering the curses that they did, trying to steal the shine of this main female, and they were denied. The curses were denied. So whoever they were offering, whatever they were offering, it was denied. The magic was denied. They're sick. This soldier is sick. The soldier is sick. They're remembering the curses that they placed upon this main female, and they need consolation. Their whole collaboration has been stopped. They weren't able to cause you poverty. They're in fear because they're being detached. They're in regret. They don't get a courtship. They're addicted. They could be alcoholic. They were going after your foundation. They gotta stop. They can't come after you anymore. These false people, these liars, they gotta stop coming after you. But in the outgoing energy, we have a Five of Swords. So they are coming after you abusively. It's a witch reversed, trying to cause neglect and separation for you and your empress. They're not able to separate you. We got introvert, we got separation in the reverse, and then there's death. So they're going to get dead for even trying. They got a message of concern. It didn't work. They're worried. It was failure. Maybe this is it. They got a message of concern. It didn't work. They're worried about it because it didn't work, and there's death here. They're worried about it because it didn't work. And it's over. It's over. They're just waiting now. Because this was a faithful thief. This thief went after the gifts of friends, sweethearts. He went after friends who were sweethearts, who had a gift, and he stole it from them, feigning faithfulness. And now they're waiting. They're waiting for death and prison because they tried to do it to this emperor's wife. They tried to do it to this emperor's wife. They're sad and in despair. And it could be because, she will be made into a young woman. Like, maybe I really do think there might be some reverse aging going on when the big bang happens or whatever happens. I think we're all going to find ourselves in a whole new world, in a whole new situation. This scholar enemy is getting a message from an old woman. Something. It's a surprise. There's happiness. They got a thought. Oh. So there's a surprise, happiness. The servant has a thought about this house, this lover and this fortune. This foe is cheerful. They want to bring death to the mind of love. Still, they're happily trying to... This foe happily tried to bring death to the mind of love. They tried to destroy love within the collective field. They tried to destroy love within the collective field. This priest. All for money. Professionally widowing. That was their service, was professionally widowing, causing people to become widows. They unalived people with their magic. Professionally, it was a service that they offered happily to make people a widower. Yeah, I don't think these contracts are such a great idea. What, the landlord changes hands and all of a sudden everything's okay? This says it is, but I also know that there is this exact edge definition going on. Mimicry, professional mimicry, by people who do movies all the time. They're very good at pretending. So, while it appears somebody is doing a great deed, just be wary. There's too much death on the board. There's too much death and misfortune on the board. And there's this real eagerness to bind you in a contract. I mean, you finally got out of one. And now there's this hurry to bind you in another one right away. It's like right away they want to bind you into this other contract. And the thing that I don't like about it is you've got new chapter and death here. And this could be a death for these pleasure seekers, or it could be a death for and a completion for your Ten of Wands energy. But I don't particularly care for the way that we know that people have been getting contracts and then siphoning the essence and the wealth out of people. And you just don't know. Circumstances, of course we'd like to believe people are who they say they are. We'd like to believe that those are doing good deeds aren't just doing them to shift the mindset of somebody into the belief that they are who they are presenting themselves as. Because this star, they tried desperately to disconnect from this cycle. And all of a sudden, you've got an emperor here who's trying to bind her into a new contract, trying to gain authority over her essence and bind her into a contract. Granted, there is a child here, and granted, you want to have a child with a high-vibing person. I just don't like the quickness that this is happening. I don't like the speed, because the only thing that was ever asked of me in my over 2 decades spiritual battle, 24/7 mental madness and energetic incredible interference, was patience. 21 years. The only thing that he ever asked of me was patience. And so I can certainly tell you that for me, the one thing that I will require when it comes to me making decisions based on relationships or any other connections, especially after horrific abuses of the previous cycles, I will request patience. Just as it was requested of me, and just as I complied and exercised, I will expect it to also be complied and exercised in return. After all, we're entering reciprocation. A time of reciprocation. If the Lord requested of you to be patient, then the Lord will expect you and very well grant you his own patience while you mend and come into yourself and a proper perspective that you are comfortable with. They won't demand that you just automatically give them the authority. They will prove themselves legitimate. They won't just go, undo a whole lot of life forms and then say, okay, there, I've cleaned it up and now let's get it on, No, that's not how it works. You have to build trust. You have to show solutions in effect and effective, and how that affects the populace and the hearts and minds of the people. Remember that you are the Star Empress. Remember that you have gained all of your gifts and all of your wealth due to your perseverance. Don't willy-nilly, without deep and very thorough consideration, hand over your vitality to someone coming in presenting themselves as this when you know full well there's an imposter out there playing exact edge definition, trying to walk in the shoes. Use caution. Use discernment. You're not a child. And you're fully capable of standing on your own, in your own, with the gifts that the Most High God bestowed upon you without the presence of a man helping you become all that you are. So while I love love and I love protection and I love healing and I love moving on from trauma and drama, I expect patience. While I, or rather you, the divine feminine, comes into your own clear determination and perception about the forward momentum and steps that you wish to make with your life. And this may not be what you wish for your life in these present moments. Now, this is for somebody. Somebody's going to be overjoyed happy. But if this is the actual Lord who only requested one thing, and that was patience, then he will be willing to be patient. He will be willing to give to you the patience that he expected of you while he sorted it out. You've got the lie and the truth standing side by side. Use your discernment. And don't sign over your vitality to anybody before you thoroughly vet them. See you on the next one.